Hey guys, welcome back to my channels. Okay, so today I would like to talk about something very important. Over the years, I get young models approaching me to say, "Hey, so I met this agency or agent, and wow, the birds are going crazy just when I start to talk." Let's give them a moment. Let's give them a moment. Okay, so today I want to speak to you about something that's very important, and I think every young model or aspiring model should know. This is basically you get someone, an agent, approaching you to say, "Hey, I think you're great. I think you have the height and the face, and so I'd like to sign you to my agency." So, if this happens, you're in luck, but you need to be able to spot what's a scam and what are some red flags and how to essentially know that you're making the right decision. So as your teacher and your advisor, I'm here to give you the signs, 10 signs or 10 ways to spot the scams and the red flags. Okay, point number one, and very, very first thing you should note is a reputable agency would never ask you to pay them an agency fee, like an upfront fee, for them to start any work on you to begin with. Nobody should charge you for that. No, if an agency is asking you to pay them upfront, basically before they even begin to become your agent, that's how you know you don't want to be with this one, because any reputable agency is not going to charge you. They only make money when you make money. They only get paid when you get a job, and so no good agency is going to tell you, okay, this is a base fee before you even enter the agency. So that's how you know. Okay, point number two will be that no good agency will say, here's an application form for 50 cedis, for instance, and you need to buy this application form before we sign you. No, that's how you know it's a scam. They just all about the money. A good agency would do all the things for you, which is your Z card, which is your portfolio book. Even sometimes they will go as far as paying for your first portfolio shoot or for your test shoot. Now, these things are not free. Don't get me wrong; they're not free, but they're going to be put on your income sheet as a model, and they will only take it off. They will only charge you for them once you start booking a job. So no, if an agency is telling you, give me 1,000 CDs because XYZ expenses, we are going to organize a photo shoot for you, or we're doing you're printing your Z cards, or we're printing your portfolio book, and so you need to give us 1,000 CDs upfront. No, no, no good agency will do that. So just be aware of these things, and yeah, a good agency is supposed to do all these things for you, put it on your income sheet, and then subtract it as and when you get a job. So that's number two. Point number three will be that they a good agency would ideally give you options of photographers that they trust, obviously. And then you should have the choice or the option of choosing your own photographer to do your own test shoot. Now, a scammy agency, a scammy agency is going to say, "Oh, we have this. You have to shoot with this specific photographer. They're not giving you any other options, and then you have to pay and shoot with this specific guy or girl." No, That's a red flag. That's a red flag because for all you know, what they usually do is they team up with these photographers and just to extort you money, basically. So a good agency will give you the options. We have these so and so photographers, but also feel free to choose your own photographer and do your own test shoots. That's a good agency. Point number 4. So you're working in the market, or somebody random guy calls you and says, I'm from so and so agency and I have this job opportunity for you. But you need to make your decision now, or the job is gone. That's a scam. Highest red flag. If they don't give you, if they don't give you any chance to be able to do your due diligence, to be able to do your background checks on that company or that production house or whatever, what does that tell you? They don't want you to find out what you're going to find out. So they're going to say, if you don't decide now, then, the job is gone. No. Any good job that comes your way, trust me, if it's available today, it will be available tomorrow. They should be able to give you, at least a few days, 2 days to, do your own checks and see what the job is about, who is shooting it, review the contract. How about that? You need to also review the paperwork and decide if this is something you want to sign up for, and so if you're not being given that option, then red flag. They don't want you to find out what you're going to find out. So yeah, that's point number 4. Point number 5. Every successful model, knows that jobs come every now and then. Even the top models in the world don't always get booked back to back to back. Jobs are not guaranteed, and I know this for a fact. You will have some very quiet days and you will have some very, busy days. So if an agent wants to sign you to their agency and they keep going on about, guaranteeing your job bookings and guaranteeing that you're going to make money and guaranteeing that you're going to, get back to back bookings and promising you all the fabulous things and all the big monies. Yeah, that's not somewhere you want to be. Because even the biggest agencies in the world will tell you, even if they're confident in you and your look and the markets, they will still tell you, don't be too confident because you might have some slow days and you might have some high days. They would never outrightly, promise you excellence and promise you bookings back to back to back. Because what happens if that you fly the model in and then they are not working? They're like, oh, you promised me all these things and I'm here now and I'm not working. So even if they have so much confidence in your look and they have so much belief that you're going to work, they will still play it safe by not promising you, by not painting a wonderful picture for you. So that's what any good agency will do. So if you come across an agent or an agency that's promising you all these things, you need to know that that's, take it from you, that's a red flag. Yeah, that's a red flag in my book. So yeah. Point number 6 will be, you should be able to ask and they should be able to provide you with clear proof, names and jobs that they've booked, names of past models on their books or successful models on their books that they've booked jobs for. They should be able to provide you with names of models that are actually working, models that they've signed that are actually working, and they should be able to show you proof of jobs, or you should be able to see when you go on their websites You should be able to see that there's XYZ models, there's this amount of jobs that they've booked, and they have they have a fleet of proof to show that their models are working and that there's actual people that they've signed. So that's another thing you should look out for. So if an agency comes to you and they have nobody at all on their books, and they haven't booked a single job for anybody ever, and they can't give you names to anybody they've signed. I mean, it's a different thing if it's a new agency and they want to start with you as their first signee. That's a different story that we'll get into another day. But if they're posing as a very successful agency and top dogs in the industry, and they know what they're about, and they want to add you to their books, then you should have proof. They should have a website. If they can't tell you, they should have a website where you can go to and check out models that are actually working and jobs that they're actually booking. Okay, point number 7 will be that this is the biggest. I can't even stress this enough. This is like the biggest red flag, and that's how you know this is a scam. Is when they have nothing in writing. They have no contracts. They have no paperwork that they're sending you to look through and to sign. They have they opt for phone calls when they want to speak to you about things. They opt for in-person meetings because they obviously don't want to leave any paper trail. They don't want to have any evidence of telling you this and that, and they can easily, so that they're able to easily switch and say, oh, we told you this job is going to be like this, or we told you the agency is like this and like that, but you have no real evidence or nothing to go back on to look at and say, okay, they really actually said this and they had this in print. So look out for that. They send you a contract, and if they are sending you a contract, you need some time. They shouldn't pressure you to sign the contract. You need some time. Go over it. If you have a lawyer friend, give it to them. Let them read through. Be sure of what you're signing your life to, because you never know what are in these fine prints that they send you sometimes. So they can send you a contract, but they will have some shady lines and clauses in there. So you need some time to send to people to review and read through and find out the things that are in there. But biggest red flag, if the agency is a scam, they'll probably not be sending you a contract. They will opt for phone calls for their meetings. They will opt to see you in person, just to avoid having any evidence or paper trail. So that's something that you should look out for. That's something that is one of the biggest red flags when you're signing an agency. All right, point number 8 will be that some agents will say, okay, before we sign you, we would like to see your full body, your naked body, to see if you have any scars, or if you have any, if your body is right. If your body is right for our clients, and if your body is right to even begin to be a model. There's nothing like that. That person is a pervert, and you need to run very, very far away from them. They're just using that as an excuse to be a pervert. They just want to see your nude body, and that's that. They have no intentions to sign you any jobs. They have no intentions to give you any money from any jobs. That's one of the ploys that people who are posing as agents use to collect. They sometimes even go as far as taking nude pictures of you to say, we need to have a photograph, we need to have something stored away, proof to show that your body is what. That's a lie, and that's a pervert, and you need to run away. Biggest red flag. Point number 9 will be that no good agency will charge you anything more than will take anything more than 25% commission. And even that 25% commission is commission that huge international agencies, like ones in Milan, ones in um, um, Paris, ones in London, those are the huge ones. Those are the ones that charge you as much as 25% commission. The usual typical commission will be 20%. That's the normal rate. But even when it goes high, it never supersedes 25%. And so if an agency comes to you and they're giving you exorbitant figures and telling you we're taking 30% off, and we're taking 40%, 50% off, that's not where you want to be, because you're just going to be working for them. You're working your life away. You're working for somebody. You're a cash machine for somebody, and this is not an agency that you want to be with. So yeah, point number 9. The 10th and final point is one that's very, very important to me, and one that I cannot stress enough. Is there's something that is called groomers. Groomers are what you call people, grown adult males, grown adult men who, prey on young, naive girls and promise them, I'm going to make you a model, or I'm going to make you what in the industry. And what they do is they prey on your naivety, they prey on your foolishness, because you are young, you don't know any better. They're way, way older than you. They've been in the industry, and they know more than you will ever know at that point. But they pose as, I'm going to help you, I'm going to mentor you, I'm going to help you in the industry, and I'm going to make you wow. Now this is what they do. They will tell you how you're so mature for your age, and you're not like your age mates, and all that stuff, to make you feel like you're so grown. And so, no, you are not grown. You are not mature for your age. You are in fact very young, very naive, and sometimes even very foolish. You don't know any better, and don't let them lie to you. They will tell you this, they will prey on you, and eventually probably have sex with you. And that's it. That's a long game. That's the end game. Is to groom you, to prep you, to make you feel like you're mature, and then they have their way with you. And so that's one of the biggest scams and biggest red flags you should look out for. If you're a model, or if you're an upcoming actor or whatever, look out for the groomers. Take it from me. You are not mature for your age. You are not mature for your age. You are not, you don't think like a mature person. You are 18, you are 19, and you are young. You are most likely very young, foolish, and immature. And you shouldn't believe this crap. And yeah, so this is something that you should look out for. There are males out there who are like this. They will prey on you, and they will groom you, essentially, just for their own sexual gratification. And so if you meet somebody like this who is telling you how old and mature you are, even though you're a teenager, big red flag. Just remember what I'm saying, and remember my words, and just go in the opposite direction of this person. Believe me. So yeah, that brings us to the end of 10 ways to spot a scam or a red flag in the modeling industry or as an actor, because these things that I've mentioned goes both ways. It applies to both modeling and applies to acting as well. So yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for staying till the end, and I will see you on another one. Bye.